Hey guys, what's up? It's me, the Fear, and here today I am bringing you back, finally, after, gosh, I don't even know the last time I even told you guys a story. After like a month or so, finally I have a new story for you. Guys, I hope you guys can forgive me, because my stories are legit, and I do not make them up. I've been kind of running out of stories to tell. Not that I don't have more, but not that many that are coming to me, because, I mean, as I've seen a lot of you guys leave in the comment section below, I could probably write a book about all of my awkward stories, and honestly, I might even do that in the future. Who knows? But as of lately, I've been busy, I've been working on other projects, and as you can clearly see on my channel, I've been experimenting with a lot of stuff, so I do want to apologize for that. But I am really glad to say I finally have a new story to tell you guys, and today's story isn't an awkward story at all. It's actually kind of a scary story that happened on my way back from Texas. Because if you guys didn't know, I was at the GameCon about a week or two ago. Yeah, it was around like a week and a half ago, and this was pretty much something that happened on my way back. But before I tell you guys the story, as you all know, I like to feature the my top three picks of the stories you guys leave in the comment section below. So there you go right now. If you guys want your story featured in the next video or story or whatever, be sure to leave a comment on your story. It could be scary story, anything, and who knows, it could be featured in the next scary story. Yeah, so where do we begin? So, I had flown to Texas for the first time by myself. It was, I'm not ashamed to say that, it was the first time. I mean, I'm 21, and it was the first time I ever really flew by myself, because if you didn't know already, I'm not exactly the most positive thinker when it comes to flying. I don't like flying, but I was accompanied with, family or a friend or something. But this time was my first time flying, and yeah, that was a great experience. Not really. It was all right. It was cool. I managed to get to Texas, and pretty much the more you fly, the easier it gets, I guess. But anyways, this story wasn't about, or what had happened, wasn't about when I flew to Texas. It was about what happened when I left Texas. So I was flying back from Texas to Toronto in Canada. And because if you didn't know, I'm Canadian. I don't know if that's apparent yet or not, but I'm Canadian. Welcome. But yeah, so we flew back to Texas, and that was fine and dandy. It was a bit of a rough ride. I'm not exactly a fan of turbulence, but you know what? It got easier as it went. So, we were probably about 40 minutes away from Toronto. It was about a 3-hour flight? Yeah. So we were about 40 minutes away. And I remember specifically, I was just, sitting down. What was I watching? I think I was watching Big Hero 6 or something. It was great. The movie's such a good movie. Anyways, I was watching a movie, and someone that was sitting next to me, had got up and, went to the back to use the washroom, which was cool, whatever. So, about 20 minutes in, the guy didn't come back. And, I was saying to myself, it was kind of sketchy. I was like, where is that guy? Not that I care, but it's kind of concerning he's not back from the bathroom yet. And, I mean, I don't know. And anyways, so I kept looking back, and then I noticed that the stewardess or the flight attendants or whatever, they were going back and forth up from the plane and down. And, I kept looking back, and I kind of noticed that, the flight, there was a few flight attendants going down there, and they were kind of surrounding the back end, around someone. And, that was kind of creepy. But then I'm trying to think now, what happened? I think when it comes to stuff like this, they don't want to tell people on the plane, because obviously you do not want people to panic on the plane. But from what it appeared that a woman had fainted on the plane. That's fine. but apparently it was a lot more severe than that, and that I think they said she was having like, God, I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was a heart attack or it was something. It was surprisingly quiet though. I really don't know what was happening, but it was bad. It was really bad, and people were freaking out. And I remember the guy had finally come back to sit down by me. It wasn't him, if that's what you were thinking. It was some woman. And I asked what was going on. Apparently, like, they weren't letting him come up because there were so many of them down there treating this woman who supposedly was having some sort of heart attack or some severe medical condition. Because when we landed, I overheard the paramedics or something say, like, it was a very serious, like, anyways, so the guy comes back and he was like, he told me, like, there was a woman who, you know, was having problems and stuff. So, you know, that was bad. It was pretty bad. And then as we landed, you know, nobody could get off the plane because the paramedics had to come immediately. So everyone had to stay seated and stuff like that. And all I could remember hearing was one of the paramedics say, like, this is really serious. Like, we have to get her out of here now, et cetera, et cetera. And that's, you know, how I got the hint that this was pretty serious. But it was pretty scary. And, you know, like, this only happened a week ago. It was nuts, and it was the first time I really experienced something like that. But the worst part about it was that there was people trying to rush off the plane. I get it, you know, some people, you know, are late for their flight or something, stuff like that. But I mean, when somebody is like urgently needs medical attention, you know, you shouldn't really place yourself above them. And honestly, a lot of people were pretty much calling the guy out, saying like, why are you special, stuff like that. It was pretty rude, but I mean, regardless, either way, the experience was really freaky. And I mean, on top of me, you know, not exactly being pleased with flying, it was kind of a scary experience. But with that being said though, guys, that is my scary story to tell you guys. If you guys did enjoy this, you should totally leave a like on the video, and of course leave your comment in the comment section below, and it could get featured for the next story. Again, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Toodles!